Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto. In today's video we're going to run over Vechain. We'll have a look at some of the key statistics and then we'll run over the chart to see where we could potentially get some great investment opportunities. So welcome to my channel. Please make sure you do like this video and subscribe to my channel. And let's get cracking in today's video. We're going to talk about Vechain. We're just going to have a look at some of the key statistics and then we'll run over some chart analysis on TradingView to see when we could potentially get some good entry points and where we could go in the future. So Vechain, which is ticker VET, is currently ranked 26 out of all cryptocurrencies that are listed on CoinMarketCap. We have a total supply of 86.7 billion, and out of those we have 64.3 billion in circulation. We have a 24-hour volume of 137 million, and a market cap today, which is the 16th of September 2020, of $803 million. If we just look at the all-time high, it will give us a good target to aim for in the future, and that was last month, so we did it, what you could call that, just over 2 cents per coin, so it is a fair bit. And then one final thing before I look at the charts, market pairs, where we're doing predominantly most of the trading, and as you would expect, we have on Binance, and that is getting around, we're getting 12% against Tether, we're getting around 1.6% against BTC, and then we have on OceanX, Huobi, Hotbit, and we have quite a few recognised pairs. It is a well traded asset, Vechain. On CoinMarketCap we have 112 recognised pairings that are on here, so let's have a look over. We'll jump onto the Binance chart and TradingView, and we'll go over a little bit of technical analysis to see what I think could potentially happen coming up. Right, so here we have Vechain versus Tether. This is on a weekly time frame. This is a Binance chart. As we're getting predominantly most of the volume over on Binance, it will be best to use this chart. And we will start off by highlighting a couple of key areas of support and resistance, and we will obviously start on the weekly time. So as you can see, we have a key area there. We shot up on the 3rd of September 2018, and we acted as a resistance here. We'll come over through, we've acted as a resistance again, probably the last couple of months it has, and it dropped down and recovered from there. So we'll mark it as the weekly. Let's get a couple of these in. Let's see if we can identify a few more. We got one there. We bounced off that bottom wick and acted as support there, and come our way through and we acted as resistance again, and that's what happened last week. We bounced off area, so you can see we've got 3 key areas there what we've bounced off. Let's see if we can get a couple lower. You could see we've got one there as well, quite a good confluent between that one, goes all the way through. So we acted as resistance there, resistance, resistance, and then we used it here on the 6th of July, 29th of June, sorry, and it bounced back up and it's not been back ever since there. And one more, see if we can get one a little bit lower, so it gives us a good area to target if we do drop. I think you could say there's one there as well. So it acted as support there on that wick, come all the way down, and we acted as resistance when it broke through. So we've got a few levels there. So I'm going to bang one there as well, that wick. So we'll come all the way through and act as resistance support. So we've got quite a few areas of key support and resistance. So let's drop into the daily time frame. I just want to zoom out, and first, before I jump into any price entries, look at this point here. This was the 13th of March 2020 this year, and that's when Bitcoin had that 57% dump, and all altcoins dumped. But ever since then we've been on quite a good rise, and if we just look at that, if you manage to scoop some orders up down at those levels, down at 0.0015, which is very, very low, and you'd be lucky, we pumped all the way up to the all-time highs, which was around 1,377%. So we did a hit high, and we've obviously started to roll over now. If we just put the Hitman indicator on, which works out when there is a shift in market momentum, as you can see, we had a bullish indicator on 7th of April, and that was in force until, what could you call that, the 27th of August. So we had a long period there of bullish momentum, but now we've switched, and you can see we switched around at top and we started to come down. We've had another big bearish candle. We had a little bit of recovery, but we have started to drop again, and here you can see we had a little recovery and dropping again. So I think we do need to target some of these levels. I think this bearish indicator is going to be in play for a while, unfortunately. So what we need to do is target some of the lower levels. So let's just remove that. See if we can just put in a couple. Actually, I'm not going to put any daily support levels in because we have quite a bit of structure here. So what I want to do next, put the Fibonacci on. So I want to take the bottom of that move when we had the closure of the body, all up to that top where we had a double top in. When was that? 7th of August, we had a double top, and we've been on quite a substantial retracement. We bounced off this area of weekly resistance, and we're not too far off the 618 level. Whenever I'm looking to invest, and I always look at investing around the 618 level. So this is here, but we have quite a lot of key areas around here of support and resistance. And in my opinion, I'm going to target a little bit lower. I think we can target these levels here. I mean, the chances always going lower, because remember we did bounce here, but we wicked right down, so it won't take much for us to wick down here. And as you can see, we've been trading in this area quite a bit. If you look all the way through, we've traded up in this area quite a lot. So I do think that, in my opinion, that we look at all that, we've traded so much in this area. It's quite a big supply and demand area. So I do think that there's a good chance that we will come into these areas. So I'm going to mark it up as my buy zone. So that's where I think we can potentially go. If you put some orders in here and it just starts to move down, in my opinion, I'd pull those orders and just wait for it to come down and see if it does come any further. And then if we do get a bounce off any of these levels down here, then buy in then. If not, if you want to buy it around these levels, then just dollar cost average down, then I think that would also be good too. But if you can get any Vechain around, even these levels are all good in my opinion. I think long term this has got massive fundamentals, and we always talk about price predictions. I mean, it's so hard to give a prediction when it's not been up to these levels before, but as you can see, we're very low on the dollar avenue. So I think the next step up is, we're currently, what have we been up to? We've been up to around 2.5 cents. So I think the next level is trying to push up towards 5 cents. I think 5 cents will be a massive key area, but we need to consider that we're going to drop first. And if we just look at that in a BTC price, if you do trade in BTC, we'll be able to give you a value where I think that could potentially go. So again, I'll put the Fibonacci on. We'll take it from the bottom of that move right down up to the top. As you can see, we're pretty much bounced off that area of the 618 level. But like I said, I don't think it's going to come down. I think you can try to target some levels around there. So you're talking anywhere from 60 sats all the way up to 100 sats. You could go, let's just move it up a little bit. I think anywhere in the area in a Satoshi value would be an absolute steal of an investment. So that is BTC. If you just jump back to this chart, it's very hard to give a prediction long term to where you think it will go, because some of these coins obviously have never been some prices before. If we just put the EMAs on and see what's going on there, as you can see, we had a cross there. Pretty much the bearish indicator popped up right after the EMA, because it's not programmed to do that. It's programmed to just switch when it thinks there's a change in momentum. But as you can see, it's very confluent with the cross, and I do think that we're going to come down here. So good luck. Hopefully you can get some orders in down here, and then we'll take off on those levels and fire up into the future. And I think it's very good, promising project for our future. We just need to consider that we can get into some of these levels down here. So that'll wrap it up for today's video. Please make sure you do like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.